Hola, buenos días. Buenos días a todos. Hello everyone. We're gonna try again. Last flight did not end up as I expected. Today's my last day off before everything goes back to normal with school and flying and work and whatnot. So we're taking advantage and we're gonna fly today. I was originally gonna do the Atlanta to Minneapolis and then Minneapolis to San Diego leg, but I had to, and I really had to plan out my flights with the timing and everything. So that flight didn't work out. But I did see this one from Tampa to Washington Dulles, and then from Dulles back to Tampa. So that will be the goal today, is to kind of do that. And Daniel, hello. Good to see you, man. And yeah, we'll get this flight done. We're in Tampa in the main Echo terminal here. Taking a look around. We got a couple. We got some time. Looks like we're departing at 12:30. Right now it's 11:14. So we got some time to set up the airplane, and we'll take a look around here. The terminal is not as busy as you would think, but it's modeled very nicely. I don't know if it's the Echo terminal. I think it's the Echo terminal, or if it's the Foxtrot terminal, which is the one across. But point being, I think right when you, I don't know if it's, I think it, I wonder if it's in the main terminal in here. But point being is that there is a giant, I'm telling you, a giant flamingo inside this terminal. Like, it's massive. Actually, let me see if I can look it up, because we have time. And I tell you, it's not even the full flamingo. It's literally just the head of a flamingo. And it's pretty impressive. It is clinching a major international public art award. It's pretty impressive. Let me see. How do I get to this screen? Here we go. There you go. That's what it looks like. 21-foot flamingo, pretty much. It looks like it has, like, it's sort of mimicking some water up on the top there, and then kind of like the flamingo putting its head down in it. Where is it? Does it say where it's located? It's named Phoebe, or Phoebe, or however you want to pronounce that. Doesn't say where it's located at. It's currently in the number 2 spot. Oh, it's number 2 in winning. Where is the pink flamingo? It's in the main terminal on level 3. So I think it's in the main part before you reach the before you actually reach the gates. Anyways, yeah, that's the flamingo in Tampa. So it's pretty cool. I saw it in person and it's really impressive. And no wonder why it's reaching popular vote to win number 1 art in international public, whatever awards they're getting. Yeah. We are flying the Mountain Line Frontier Flight 2954, service to Washington Dulles, and then back over to Tampa is the goal. Let's see. I think which way are they departing? Are they departing 19 or are they departing 01? Looks like someone's coming in to land already. They're departing 19 right. Cool. Let's go ahead and get into the airplane and get going. Let me request some services. I'm calling on the God of Jacob. Sweet generation. Taking up a lot of the runway there. Alright, it's getting loud out there, so let's go into the airplane. Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, school is closed. I'm assuming you're working then, huh? Yeah, the school is closed today, so I have some freedom. Oh yeah. Oh, does your class still have it? No, your class should be closed. I don't know if it's Liberty wide, but I know the School of Aeronautics is closed. Okay. Uh, Flight 2954, Tampa to Washington, departing here at 12:30, so about an hour and 10 minutes from now. We'll get there around 2:50, and our alternate's going to be Baltimore. We're flying up to flight level 350. Winds are coming out from the southwest-ish, and we got about an hour and 45-minute en route time. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm using this opportunity to rest, refresh my mind. I did all my homework before the weekend, and I might review some things, but I'm not going to sit there in-depth study. Well, I have been slacking on my studies a little bit. I kind of been getting lazy and tired, but we'll pick things back up again once the summer starts. Taking 230 passengers, so we got a full cabin today. Cargo 7,590 pounds. Block fuel of 23,000 pounds, and min fuel is going to be 21,231. We're looking at around 179 on the takeoff weight and landing with 167. Cost index is 6. Now let's look at our fuel planning. We got taxi of 20 minutes. We got a trip to 1 hour 45 minutes, alternate at 13,027 minutes, and then reserves 45 minutes. Contingency fuel we got 20 plus another 10. So great. We have 30 minutes of delay fuel at 15,000 feet clean. Alright, for our departure, we're going to plan on doing the Baypo 2 departure. We'll expect runway 19 right. And then we'll transition to the Camjo transition. We'll go into the Quebec 99 airway, all the way over to the arrival into Washington. We'll do the Calvary 6 arrival. And right now it looks like they're also landing kind of south, so we'll expect the ILS 19 left. Let's take a look at NOTAMs. Pay special attention to NOTAMs around here, because this is the Washington airspace, so we do have to be cautious of what NOTAMs they have. Let's see here. Take a look at Tampa for right now. 19 left. RVRs, some of the RVRs unserviceable, but conditions are currently good. Visibility is perfect right now, so we don't really have to worry about that today. Takeoff minimums. Add takeoff obstacle notes, okay. Approach procedures. Nothing here. So there's a ILS 19 left decision. Altitude change to 255 instead of 200. A lot of cranes in the vicinity of the airport. It surprises me how many cranes people put around the airport, but they're usually pretty far away from the. But it's just like cautionary, like the FAA has to let you know, like, hey, there's some cranes nearby, but there's always NOTAMs for cranes. Um, all right, over at Washington. Let's see here. My God, I need you. All right, takeoff. We'll worry about those when we actually get to the ground over there. So here we go. Approach procedures. ILS runway 19 center is unserviceable. Okay. ILS 19 center is changed to some MDAs, but we're not planning on that. One center. Okay, that's also the same thing. We got ILS 19 right. And DME required, okay. That's fine. Okay. Other than that, there's not much for the approaches for the runway we're planning on using. And we are doing this star, so there is a NOTAM on this. Cavalry 6 arrival. Note thump transition is assigned by ATC only. Do not file. I don't think we're using that one. Airport. Okay, that looks like all the NOTAMs for Washington, so that is excellent. You are providing now. You are the same God. You are the same God. Okay. No discrepancy reports, no maintenance items, and no company NOTAMs. Destination weather right now, the winds are 160 at 9. Good visibility. The clouds are a little low, overcast at 2,300. We can kind of see it here in Lynchburg. Actually, looks like the sun is slightly starting to come out now, but it was kind of overcast this morning. So let's see what it's going to do with Washington here in the next couple hours. We are planning on getting there around 1850 Zulu. So let's take a look here. This is on the 21st at 1200. Today is the 21st, 1200 Zulu to the 22nd at 1800 Zulu. So that is, let's see, 24 plus 6, so that's a 30-hour TAF. Anyways, so right now we're expecting winds 160 at 7, broken at 5,000 when we get over there. However, it does change at 1900 Zulu, which is roughly very close to when we were actually arriving. Legally, we had to use this line of weather, but it is good to note that 10 minutes before us getting there, or 10 minutes after us getting there, winds will then jump up to 160 at 12, gusting 19. And looks like some showers in the vicinity a couple of hours after that. Probably some sort of frontal passage, but should be alright. Winds look like they'll still be in good limits there. Alternate right now is looking good. Winds going to be around the same thing, 11 gusting 18. And then right now here in Tampa, winds are 130 at 10, gusting 16. Good visibility, like I said. Temperature is 26, altimeter 3019. So pretty good weather, a little windy, but shouldn't be too bad. And our first officer is Mr. Dean Morgan. In the back we have Ernest Hunter, Naomi Conrad, Francis Parker, Margie Harrell, and Pamela Lloyd. And we already have the briefing back in the crew briefing room, and everyone's aware of their duties and the plan of action today. Taking a look at significant weather. Right now there's nothing along our flight or route, which is perfect. We might have a pretty smooth flight. Winds again are coming out from the southwest and kind of transitions to a crosswind after that, and it kind of stays that way. We do have some updrafts here in Tampa, so we might expect some good performance climbing up and a little bit of bumps. and this should smooth it out and maybe get a little bit going down to Washington. Let's take a look at some air mets, zing mets, convective weather, anything like that. Right now, it's looking pretty good. The kind of like the mid east of the United States there, kind of over by what is this? This will probably be like Alabama, around there. It looks like some pretty nasty weather. We've got some high far conditions and some icing. And the radar is coming back pretty strong too with orange colors, and I think there was maybe red. Let me turn on that radar. Oh, a little bit of orange. Actually, it looks like it's getting better. But yeah, it looks like some sort of former squall line. Down over by Houston, there's pretty nasty weather, some pink return on the radar there. However, we should still be well clear of that, especially when we're coming back to Tampa. We'll monitor that, the movement on that, but it shouldn't move so fast. Alright, but we're good. We're pretty much clear of any air mets and sig mets, convective weather, low level turbulence. At 1500 Zulu, right now that is at 11, so it is active from the surface to 9,000. That's towards the north, so we can expect that to come in kind of like what we talked about earlier. Should be a little bit of bumps on the way in. Excellent. It is currently 11:30. We leave at 12:30. We briefed up the plan. We can go ahead and we can go ahead and get the airplane set up, and we can, since we have so much time, we will possibly sit there and greet the passengers. I don't know. We do have to leave at this time though, because I am managing some stuff in real life, so I need to make sure I stick to this time here. 230 passengers. We got 23,003 on the fuel, and we got the right payload there, so sweet. So let the airplane do its thing, and then we'll come in and start programming the computer. Daniel, I hope you're having an excellent Monday. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. I missed having the flight simulator streams and catching up with you guys. Kind of sucks. I wish I could play music, but then if I play music, it's just gonna get copyrighted. So. Alright, database is current till May 14th. We are in the CFM 56 engines, and the second nav database is also good. Let's go into the init data, init request. And now that the aircraft is turned on, let's go ahead and look at all our systems here. Oil quantity is in the green. Pressures obviously are 0. Temperatures are looking good too. Bleed air is looking pretty good. I don't know if I ever talked about how the bleed air works. I guess I'm decently, I think I have a base knowledge of on how bleed air works, but I might be lacking in that area, but I could definitely explain it later as we get going. Landing elevations on auto. Cabin altitude is currently set to -250. That should come up soon. Safety valve is closed. We got the outlet inlets open right now. Looking pretty good. Cool. Electrical systems, obviously batteries are off at the moment. We are receiving power from the external, so this external power is giving power to the AC1 and AC2 buses. I need to look up my terminology. Again, TR1 and TR2, I forget what those stand for. Hydraulic systems, right now it's obviously off. We shouldn't have any sort of pressure. And fuels, we're good on the temperature there. We don't have anything loaded just yet. APU is off, and we're looking pretty comfortable on the temperatures. In the back it's 76 degrees. Forward is about 77. We do have I think we do have the external air unit plugged in right now, so it's providing some airflow into the cabin right now. You see we got 70 degrees and 70 there. I might turn it down just a little bit up in the forward here, and maybe in the cockpit just a bit. Get it kind of cooler. And let's continue on. Doors are open. Wheels. We got good pressure on the tires there. We'll verify that with the external walk around. We can do an external walk around. We have plenty of time for that, so we can do that. Temperatures are 25 degrees Celsius, and flight controls are good. So yeah, that we have the time. Let's go ahead and do an external walk around real quick. We haven't done one of those in a while. And if it's too loud, let me know, because I know there's planes departing and stuff. Actually, I'm going to turn it down automatically. It's 0. There we go. It should hopefully help. Alright, we're going to simulate as if we just walked out of the airplane here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And let me turn this setting down here. We want to go a little bit slow, not too fast. 5 is good. 90 on the zoom is perfect. Alright. So, I haven't done one of these in a little while. But basically, just want to kind of just walk around looking at the exterior of the airplane. We can start off with the static ports. It looks unobstructed and clear, no tape on it or anything. That looks like the angle of attack indicator. And this is an air inlet valve for the avionics that's open, so that looks good. Landing gear, we'll check our gears, make sure tires are looking good and not deflated or anything. That looks like the gear is looking pretty good. It looks a little bit deflated. No, it's good. It should be fine. Maybe the left one, or the left one looks a little bit more, but should be good. Treading is looking pretty good too. No hydraulic fluid from what I'm seeing. We do have the parking brakes engaged, so I don't see anything that indicates a hydraulic leak. Check up here. Make sure there's no leaks up there either. Landing lights are looking pretty good too. Excellent. And we do have the red light on to indicate that the parking brake is on. I wonder, can you press it out here? Light test. No, you can't press it. And then, sweet. So yeah, the landing gear looks pretty good. The nose looks pretty good so far. These are our pitot tubes. It's looking pretty good too. Unobstructed, clear of any things. It looks like some antennas here. I'm not too sure which ones these are. I think that one, the yellow one, I think that one might be a transponder. I'm not too sure. I had to look up what the antennas mean. We got this doohickey, which is the ground electrical connection. So this is pretty much giving us our external power, which we are connected to right now, as you can see. And let's walk out here. And looks like the windshields are nice and tight. No loose rivets or screws, and windows look pretty clean from what I remember. We'll take a look at our nose cone. This is where our radar is, where our radar dome. So it doesn't work in the simulator, but this is able to pick up all the weather radar when you're in flight. And you can see it's quite dirty, probably from all the bugs that we run into. Tampa is bumping right now. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so coming over here, don't want to run into that. We got another static port here, which is our standby static port. It looks clean. Over here, check the FO side of pitot tubes. Here's another air inlet valve. Oh, this is the outlet valve actually. So this is where hot air comes out afterwards. Delta just landed there. And this is the FO's static ports as well right here. Angle attack looking pretty good there. We got our cargo doors are currently closed. We'll take a look at the overview of the leading edge of the wing here. And the airframe is looking pretty good. That's our wing light right there. And check the undercarriage of the fuselage here. This looks like, is this our GPS antenna? Do not paint. I wonder if that's our GPS. And that's where we get our potable water, apparently. Excellent. Again, our leading edge here. We'll take a look at the engine cowling and the nacelle here. Fan blades are looking pretty good. I don't see any chips, deformities, or anything like that. It's kind of hard to see when it's moving like this, but I don't see anything. Make sure the engine cowling is nice and secured. Doors are closed. Maintenance didn't leave anything open. I believe the doors to the actual cowling are on this side. Yeah. Again, we're taking a look at the external structure here, and everything is looking pretty good. Wingtip looks good. We got our static wicks looking pretty good. Our ailerons and our flaps are looking pretty good too. Let's take a look at our tires. No hydraulic fluid, which is good. Tire treading looks excellent. It looks like they almost look like brand new tires. And brakes are looking pretty good too. I think you can check the inside of this to see the actual wear of the brakes. And what we want to look at is this little pin right there. It's right there in the center of the screen. That pin. And if that little pin is pushed in to where we can't see it on the left side, that part right there, then that indicates that the brake pads are worn and they need to be changed. And this one looks pretty good too. So this tire looks good too. Tire pressures are looking excellent. So let's come over here. Vertical stabilizer looks pretty good. And horizontal stabilizer looks excellent. Or stabilator. APU is off, so that is excellent because then it would be very, very loud right now. But it is off. Let's come back over here. Alright, this side of the tires look pretty good. Brake pins look good as well. Make sure there's no stowaways as well. Oh boy, Cooper just scared me. And our wingtip is looking excellent too. Check the back of the engine here. No grab. Alright, our engines are looking pretty good. Everything's looking pretty good on the airplane. So let's go ahead and get back in the flight deck and program the computers. Alright, we are Frontier Flight 2954. Cost index is 6, and we're flying up to 350 today. Expecting 19 right. Worthy is the Lamb, Jesus. Okay, the Baypo to RNAV departure. 19 right will climb heading 187 to 540 feet, then on heading 203 for vectors to Finke. And then from there, we go to the depicted route to Camjo, Finke, Baypo, E-Cake, and then Willen, Spring, Camjo. And then the Quebec 99 leads us down the Hepar, Team, Bland, Blags, Ife, Winggood, Polly, Rain, or Ogre, Bazinga, and then Dorn. Again, we are doing the ILS 19 left right now, and we'll do the Cavalry 6 and come in at Dorn. Alright, Dorn, and then we got Perkins at or above 22. K Hood at or above 14, at or below 22. Bentley at or above 13. Migo at or above 11. And then Calvary at or above at 1,250 knots. From there, that's for runway 1 left, and center and right. We go to Cassidy at 7,000. And then Barron at 6,000. And then Steo at 4,000. Tring from there, and then Mixon, which is a flyover. So we have to fly over it, and we'll expect our radar vectors into the ILS approach. We'll pretty much fly directly left of Washington, D.C. So maybe we'll have a good view of it. The visibility is good. And then the ILS, we got Limu at 7,000, Larky at 6,000, Forkle at 6,000 as well, Threat at 5,000, Topper at 4,000, Leafy at 3,000, and Loot at 2,000. Domsey at 1,500, and then that will be our glide slope intercept altitude. Follow that down to 19 left. Missed approach, pretty much fly straight 800 feet, then climbing the left turn to 3,000 feet on heading 010, which is right there, and then go direct outbound the AML VOR to Asper, which we have plugged in there, and hold. Minimums is 502 feet. And that's about it. Briefed it up well. Alright. Flight plan is looking pretty good. We got 11:51, so we got about 9 minutes remaining. Let's do our weight and balance, our performance. Runway 19 right, dry, flaps optimal, toga no, anti-ice off, packs on. We'll sync that. We are looking at about 179.8, which is good, and sync that. Calculate. 157, 161 with 61, flaps 2, up 0.7, and flex 46. That's good. Let's go ahead and do this right here. I think the ATIS is actually going to change here in the next couple minutes, so we can expect that to happen. So I'll just tune it in and see what happens.
The clouds at 1,500. Feeling 25,000 broken. Temperature 27, 2.18. Altimeter 3020. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 10, 19 right, 19 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Charlie. Tampa Airport information, Charlie. 15082. Wind 1408, gust 15. Visibility 10. The clouds at 1,500. Feeling 25,000 broken. Temperature 27, 2.18. Altimeter 3020. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 10, 19 right, 19 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Charlie.
So it actually should be updating in the next 10 minutes or so. So 3020 on the altimeter. We can definitely do low brakes, max reversers. There's 11,500 feet of runway available, and we only need 7,200. Plenty of runway. We can use low brakes to save on the brakes. Alright, let's start setting up. Let's start setting up. Okay. No avlo ingress. Let's start setting up.
Audio test complete.
Just cancel whatever they got going on. Let's start setting up. Alright. Off to a great start. Let's reset that program maybe. That'll help. Let's start setting up. Not after start check.
Anti-ice.
Cancel checklist.
Roger.
Let's start setting up. Let's start setting up. Hopefully that works this time. Oh my gosh. Man, this program is hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes it just works without a hitch. Sometimes it works with too many hitches. Let's start setting up. Stop saying after start checklist. Oh,
Anti-ice.
I'm gonna freak out. Let's start setting up. This has to work. Why isn't it working, man? I'm not gonna let him take his time. He's taking up way too much time already. Let me see here.
Audio test complete.
This is so frustrating. Oh gosh, no. Click the wrong button. Let's start setting up. Please. You know what to do. Do it. I'm about to just go without it. Cockpit preparation checklist. There we go.
Gear pins and covers.
Cancel checklist.
Roger.
Okay, so that works. It's the clock button. I think this happened last time where it didn't want to work. I think it was because of an update. But it worked perfectly fine the other day. I'm gonna restart it one more time. If it doesn't work, then we'll just go without it. It's no big deal. Let's start running as administrator. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's what it was. For some reason, the engine things were on. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
There we go. I think that was probably what was doing it. For some reason, the engine start switches were in the on position. Anyways. You see, sometimes it's not even the program's fault, it's just my fault. Okay, this is set up here. We check the systems already. McDo's looking good. We'll get that frequency set up here soon. Radar is off. Get that throttle set to idle. It's good. Flaps are looking good. Flaps are set. And we are within 30 minutes of the departure, so we can go ahead and request our IFR clearance. Okay.
Spirit Wings 8856 Tampa clearance cleared to Orlando. Crowd 8 departure, Mal-J transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 15 tree 1.
Cleared to Orlando. Crowd 8 departure, mileage transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet, departure frequency 118.8, squawk 1531.
I'll request the IFR clearance on this one. Dean.
Spirit Wings 8856, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start. Spirit Wings 8856, thanks.
Tampa clearance. Good afternoon. Frontier Flight 2954. Information Charlie. Request IFR clearance.
Southwest 2531 IFR to Chicago Midway Airport.
Southwest 2531 Tampa clearance. Thanks for Charlie. Cleared to Chicago Midway. Baypo 2 departure with the Wylon transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 2 tree 5.
Cleared to Chicago Midway. Baypo 2 departure with the Wylon transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 2 tree 5, Southwest 2531.
Southwest 2531, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.7 when ready, Southwest 2531.
Frontier Flight 2954, Tampa clearance. Thanks for Charlie. Cleared to Washington Dulles. Baypo 2 departure, Camjo transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 02 tree 0.
Okay. Roger. Cleared to the Washington Dulles Airport via the Baypo 2 departure, Camjo transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000, frequency 118.8, squawk 02 tree 0, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
Roger. Will contact ground 121.7 for push and start, Frontier Flight 2954. Alright, we can expect 121.7 here, but we won't tune into it just now. I don't want it to be blowing up my eardrum. Alright, we got our fuel now, so let's go ahead and we'll be starting board passengers now. So
Cleared to Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta I Airport. Baypo 2 departure with the Wyland transition, then is filed.
alright,
Maintain
cockpit
4,000
preparation
feet.
checklist.
Departure frequency 118.8, squawk 664 tree.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
23,000 pounds set. 23,000 pounds set and checked. Set and checked.
Seat belts.
Delta
On.
1227 heavy.
ADers.
Correct. Contact ground 121.7
Nav.
when ready for post.
Barrow ref.
Engine start.
3020 set.
3020 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Alright. So let's go through our clearance. We got Washington Dulles set up, Baypo 2 transition, or Baypo 2 departure, Camjo transition. And then from there, as filed, we'll maintain 4,000, frequency 118.8, and then squawk 0230. Alright, are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Excellent. Okay, so we're here at Echo 75. We can expect to taxi to runway 19 right. We'll push back on airside F here, and we'll go on to Victor and then Whiskey. Victor all the way down to 19 right pretty much, or we might get Whiskey all the way down. 11,000 feet of runway available for us. Conditions are currently dry. Winds are gusting, but should be pretty good. Slight crosswind, about 3 knots crosswind. Other than that, should be fine. Let's see. Our performance, well, V1 is 157. Right, any engine failure anomalies or anything out of the ordinary happens, we'll abort our takeoff prior to that speed. We'll pull power to idle, apply the brakes, and abort our takeoff. For any failure after V1, we'll continue our takeoff, take the issue up in the air, and return back to Tampa. We do have the ILS 19 left set up, but conditions are currently pretty good to do a visual, so we can either do that as well. Rotation speed is 161, and our climb out speed is 161 V2. Flaps will be set to 2. We'll trim it up to 0.7. And our flex takeoff temperature will be 46 degrees. I'll be...
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Where was I? Yes, this will be a left-hand seat takeoff. I'll be the pilot in command of the aircraft today, and this will be a left-hand seat landing as well. So for any emergencies, I'll be in control of the airplane.
All aircraft be advised, information Delta now current, altimeter 3020.
3020, okay, I'll listen to Delta here in a little bit. Yeah, we'll do the Baypo 2 departure. We'll pretty much fly runway heading up to 540 feet. Then we'll turn right 203 or whatever vector we get from ATC. And we'll get our vector over to Finke, Baypo, E-Cake, Wylon, and then Camjo. We'll pretty much maintain 4,000 and we'll expect to get our cruise altitude shortly after that. And yeah, we have St. Petersburg Clearwater International over to the west there. It's pretty close, so in case of an emergency we can land there if we can't manage to make it back to Tampa, but should be fine to be able to come back to Tampa if we're making that decision. Well, let's see, am I missing anything? Yeah, weather is pretty good, like I said. Winds are currently gusting. Let me see here. I think it might have changed. 160 at 7, so it's actually kind of stabilized. Altimeter 3020 is set. A few clouds and scattered clouds at 25,000, so visibility is pretty good. We might expect a little bit of updrafts climbing up to our cruise altitude. Other than that, I'm not expecting too much craziness. We can turn off the seatbelt signs pretty early, probably after reaching 10,000 feet. We can turn off those seatbelt signs. Really, the only threat to this flight is complacency. Make sure we're staying on top of our procedures and our checklists and doing our making sure safety is our highest priority. So, without any other things to say, do you have any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Excellent. This isn't a ATIS information delta. Again, it shouldn't change to anything crazy.
VFR ignition. Left against departing runway 10. 19 right, 19 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information delta.
You're waiting to ask for coffee? The coffee service hasn't even started. People are just getting on the plane. I'll make sure to get a special request for coffee for you. It's quite warm, 29 degrees Celsius, about 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, since we have completed the planning, let's go ahead and talk to the passengers a little bit. So it's gonna be loud. I think we're still outside. Yeah. And of course, all of a sudden, the performance just gets really bad. I think it might be because of the GSX passengers. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt that's the reason why it gets laggy. I guarantee you that's what it is, because it was performing just fine earlier. Now I'm getting like literally no frames a second right now. We might have to abort this plan of looking at the passengers. There we go. Alright. This is getting pretty bad. Let's go ahead and ignore this. We'll just stay in the airplane. I'll be right back.
1248, ready to pick up IFR clearance to LaGuardia Airport.
JetBlue 1248, Tampa clearance cleared to LaGuardia Airport. Bapo 2 departure, Camjo transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8, squawk 1124.
Cleared to LaGuardia Airport. Bapo 2 departure, Camjo transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 1124. JetBlue 1248.
JetBlue 1248, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.7 when ready. JetBlue 1248.
Boarding pass, please. May I see your boarding pass? Hello? Hello? Good afternoon. Hello? This way. Hello? Hello? Good afternoon. Hello? Good afternoon. Hello? Welcome on board.
All right, how we doing? Dude, that lag is pretty intense. I think it started definitely with the passenger loading. I wonder if it's not optimized or something. Something happened. So now it doesn't like the passengers. We got about 117 out of 230 left, and it is currently 8 minutes till departure. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna shut this door, because this door is, those passengers are what causing this frame rate spike. There we go. It's getting slightly better. Yeah, you see that's 10 times better now. It's definitely because of those passengers, so might not be optimized. Lunchtime. It is almost lunchtime. I had a pretty late breakfast, I
Hi
think.
guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Okay, thanks. I ate
No problem. Have a safe flight.
eggs and tater tots and an English muffin with cream cheese. And that was around like 10 o'clock. So I'm still pretty full. I also woke up a little late. Well, later than usual. I woke up around 8. I did wake up at 7, like around 6:50, because Cooper was whining and he needed to use the bathroom, so took him outside, let him use the bathroom. Then I came back and took a nap, and I ended up waking up at 8. So, gotta take advantage of those off days. Get some rest in. Okay, we are a little bit behind schedule right now, because it looks like we're at only at 147 out of 230. What we can do to start getting ready is turning on the APU. What is with this frame rate? It is dropping.
American 2718, IFR to Dallas Fort Worth.
American 2718, Tampa clearance, clear to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. CUSO 1 departure, misses transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8, squawk 45, tree 1.
Cleared to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. CUSO 1 departure, misses transition, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8, squawk 45, tree 1. American 2718.
American 2718, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.7 when ready, American 2718. Avalo 368 at gate Charlie 4 tree, request pushback and engine start.
Avalo 368, Tampa ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback approved, face north, Avalo 368. American 2718, ready to taxi to the active.
American 2718, runway 19er right taxi via Victor 2, Victor 8.
Runway runway 19 right taxi via Victor 2, Victor, Victor 8, American 2718.
I did some adjusting to the audio, so let me know how it sounds, especially with the aircraft itself.
Avalon 368, runway 19 left taxi via Golf. Bravo 1, Bravo, Charlie, Charlie 7.
Runway 19 left taxi via Golf, Bravo 1, Bravo Charlie, Charlie 7, Avalon 368.
Alright, how are we doing? 217, and it is 12:30. Oh man. Try to get a speedy departure out of here.
Moxie 128 at gate Charlie 44, request pushback.
Moxie 128, Tampa ground, pushback approved, face north.
Pushback and engine start approved, face north, Moxie 128.
Avalon 368, contact Tampa Tower 119.5.
Contact Tower 119.5,
Excellent.
Avalon 368. Have a good day.
Send them McDo. And verify this. We got 157.5. Let's check our loading sheet here.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes, clear to close. Yes. 157.5, 26.4, block 23, packs 230, 26.4, takeoff weight 180, which is yes.
American 2718, contact Tampa Tower
One.
119.5.
Okay, we're within limits. We're looking good. All right.
Over to Tower 119.5, American 2718.
And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you on board today's Frontier flight over to Washington Dulles. My name is Captain Jeeb. I'll be flying you over today, and flight looking pretty smooth today. We got an en route time about an hour and 45 minutes, and we flying up to about 35,000 feet. Winds are coming now from the southwest today. Temperatures here in Tampa around 84 degrees. Right now we're expecting like a smooth departure. Might expect a little bit of bumps on the way out, but we ask you please remain seated and keep your seatbelts fastened as long as that seatbelt sign is on. We do ask that if the seatbelt signs are off, that you do keep your seatbelts on, as we might expect unexpected turbulence. We're just wrapping up some paperwork, getting our clearance to push back here, and we'll be on our way shortly. We'll get you on the ground over at Washington Dulles around 2:50 Eastern Standard Time. Do welcome you on board. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Stand by for all call and arm doors and cross check. Right before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 157, VR 161, V2 161, flaps 2, flex takeoff 46 degrees. Set and checked. Set and checked.
V1
Hello, Captain.
157, VR 161, V2 161, flex temp 46 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright, go ahead and request clearance, please.
Frontier Flight 2954
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Frontier Flight 2954, Tampa ground, pushback and engine start approved, face west.
Pushback pushback approved, face west, Frontier Flight 2954.
Locking gear.
Contact Tampa Tower 119.5.
Contact Tower 119.5, Moxie 128.
4 minutes delayed.
Delta 2079 at gate Echo 69er. Request pushback and engine start.
Delta 2079. Tampa
Release
ground.
parking brakes.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face
Brakes
north.
released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Delta 2079.
Okay. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
This pushback is going to be atrocious. Watch this. This is what happens when you let robots take over the world. They do atrocities like this. Alright, good start on engine 2. Starting engine 1. Starting engine 1.
Okay.
You just pushed me into another gate pretty much.
Delta 2079.
Set parking brakes.
Brake set.
Unlocking gear.
2079. Runway 19er right taxi via Victor. Victor 8.
Runway 19er right taxi via Victor. Victor 8. Delta 2079.
Two good starts.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
There you go. Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0.7% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Okay. Brakes released. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Alright. Clear left side. Clear left side.
Delta 2079. Contact
Clear left side. Okay.
Contact tower 119.5.
Clear right side.
Have a good day.
Go ahead and request taxi clearance, please.
Frontier Flight 2954, ready to taxi.
Clear
to
right
Mac.
side.
Frontier Flight 2954, runway 19 right taxi via Victor Victor 8.
Runway
Clear
19
right side.
taxi via Victor Victor 8, Frontier Flight 2954.
Excellent. Yes.
Hey, this is Dan up front. We're all seated and ready to go. And the captain is here for takeoff.
Thank you. Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue. Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Alright, here's Victor, and we'll turn right on it, and then Victor 8 is all the way down there.
34, gate Alpha 6, request pushback and engine start.
United 2034, Tampa ground. Pushback approved. Face east.
Pushback approved, face east, United 2034. United 2034, request taxi.
United 2034, runway 19er, left taxi via Lima, Golf, Golf 5, Charlie, Charlie 7.
Runway 19er, left taxi via Lima, Golf, Golf 5, Charlie, Charlie 7, United 2034. Rouge 1657, gate Echo 72, request pushback.
Rouge 1657, Tampa ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Rouge 1657.
Southwest 3337, gate Charlie Tree 5, request pushback. Southwest 3337, Tampa
Flight attendant cease for takeoff,
pushback
please.
and engine start approved, face east. Pushback and engine start approved, face east, Southwest 3337. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Tampa Tower 119.5. Have a good one.
Contact Tower 119.5, Frontier Flight 2954.
Tampa Tower, Frontier Flight 2954, holding short 19 right, ready for departure.
Frontier Flight 2954, Tampa Tower, wind 160 at 7, fly heading tree 60, runway 19er right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 360, runway 19er right, cleared for takeoff, Frontier Flight 2954.
Okay. Runway entry procedure.
United 2034, holding short, runway 19er left.
Takeoff runway confirmed.
United 2034,
Approach
Tampa
path
Tower,
clear of
wind
traffic.
160 at 7, fly heading tree 40, runway 19er left, cleared for takeoff.
Approaching.
Fly heading 340,
9
runway
right.
19er
Line up
left, cleared
checklist.
for takeoff, United 2034.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 19 right confirmed. Set and checked.
Runway 19 right confirmed. TCAS.
On runway.
TARA
1
Packs
9
1 and 2.
right.
on.
Lineup checklist completed.
Alright. Ready?
Ready.
Let's go. 50%.
Ready.
Take off.
Check.
Man flex 46 degrees, SRS, runway, auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
Checked.
$100 knots. V1. Rotate.
Southwest 3337, runway 19er left, line up and wait.
Positive climb.
19er left,
Gear up.
and wait. Southwest 3337.
Gear up.
Check for that United taking off too.
3337, Tampa Tower, wind 160 at 7, fly heading tree 50, runway 19er left, cleared for takeoff. Fly heading tree 50, runway 19er left, cleared for takeoff, Southwest 3337. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Tampa departure.
Climb thrust.
Contact Tampa departure, Frontier Flight 2954. Tampa departure, Frontier Flight 2954, 2,200 feet.
Frontier Flight 2954, Tampa departure, radar contact cleared direct Finke, resume the Vapo 2, climb and maintain 1717,000.
Clear direct Finke, resume the Vapo 2. Climb and maintain 1717,000, Frontier Flight 2954.
Set altitude 17,000.
Tampa departure, United 2034, 2,100 feet. United 2034.
Flaps 1.
Tampa departure, good day.
Speed
Radar
checked.
contact,
Flaps
clear direct
1.
bottle. Resume the flight of 5. Clear direct bottle, resume the flight of 5, United 2034. United 2034, turn right, heading 350, climb and maintain 16,000 feet, altimeter 3020. Turn right, heading 350, climb and maintain 16,000 feet, altimeter 3020, United 2034.
There's that little bit of bumps I was talking about. Just a little bit.
Delta 2079, contact Miami Center 132.35. Contact Miami Center 132.35, Delta 2079, see you. Tampa departure, Southwest 3337, 2,300 feet. Southwest 3337,
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Getting some updrafts at the moment.
Tampa departure, Rouge 1657, 600 feet. Rouge 1657, Tampa departure. Good day. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 1717,000. Climb and maintain 1717,000. Rouge 1657.
Autopilot 1 on.
Rouge
Thank you.
1657. Fly present heading, intercept the 19er right localizer. Climb maintain 17,000 feet. Altimeter 3020. Fly present heading, intercept the 19er right localizer. Climb maintain 17,000 feet. Altimeter 3020. Rouge 1657.
Might keep the seatbelts on just a little bit longer after the winds kind of smooth out here. Still getting kind of thrown up a little bit here with the updrafts. I can see the nose kind of like going up and down. Not terrible. I wouldn't even consider this light turbulence, but just in case we do get something strong, I'm gonna keep those seatbelt signs on. Alright, I think it's kind of smoothing out a little bit. We're at 12,000, coming up to 13 now. And it looks like the updraft's kind of calmed down, so yeah, let's turn off the seatbelt signs. And ladies and gentlemen, just to update you, seatbelt signs are now off. However, I do ask that you please remain seated when you are seated to keep your seatbelts fastened, as we might expect unexpected turbulence along the flight. But we're climbing up to 14,000 feet now, leveling off around 35,000 feet. Right now we're making it on time over to Washington. We can expect to be there around let's see here. We'll be there around
Contact
on
Jacksonville
time
Center
actually, about
123.325,
2:40,
Frontier Flight
2:46.
2954.
Be there at the gate around 2:50.
Jacksonville Center,
Thank you for flying
Frontier
with us.
Flight 2954, crew 14,600 to
Okay,
17,000
let's
feet.
get
direct
ourselves some coffee and get Daniel some coffee too.
Hi, it's Andy at L1. How can I help you?
Hey Andia, if I did pronounce her name right. Let's see here.
Climb maintain flight level 350, Frontier Flight 2954.
One coffee, please.
Okay, I'll bring the drinks up in a minute.
All right, if you can get one over to my friend in the back there. His name is Daniel, sitting in A1A. Give him
Hi
a coffee
guys,
on me.
here are the drinks.
All right, thanks.
1,000
Make sure that
to
passenger
go.
gets his coffee and seating in 1A. Did we get higher or no? Oh, we did get higher. 35,000.
Southwest 3337, Jacksonville Center. Good day. Climb maintain flight level 390. Climb maintain flight level 390, Southwest 3337. Good day, Jacksonville Center, Allegiant 2825, descending via Shrek to flight level 198. Allegiant 2825, contact Orlando approach 135.3, have a good one. Contact Orlando approach, Allegiant 2825, have a good day.
Jacksonville Center, November 1616 Lima. Good day, 17,000 feet.
November 1616 Lima, Jacksonville Center, roger. Southwest 280,
Altimeter setting.
Center 1 tree 4.55.
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level 186. Now,
Not very busy tonight, I'm not complaining. I hear that.
It's actually pretty funny. That wasn't even me. That's the air traffic control talking to other live, other traffic.
Jacksonville Center, Spirit Wing 1743, flight level 360.
Spirit Wing 1743, Jacksonville Center, radar contact. Jacksonville Center, Southwest 2415, good day, descending via Matty 5, 12,600. Southwest 2415, Jacksonville Center, radar contact. Moxie 266, contact Jacksonville Center, 127.8, take care.
Center on 127.8, Moxie 266.
Southwest 2415, contact Tampa approach 118.5. Contact
2915. Contact Jacksonville Center 127.8.
Contact Jacksonville Center 127.8, United 1915. Take care.
I'm asked the traffic controller what's for lunch. Hey, Jacksonville Center, what's for lunch today?
Jacksonville Center Frontier Flight 2954. I don't have information on lunch options. Consider checking local restaurants or your flight's catering service.
Very well, fair enough.
Frontier Flight 2954. Contact Jacksonville Center 127.8.
Center on 127.8, Frontier Flight 2954.
So ever considered becoming a pilot? But you're in the control tower.
I love the banter.
Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, out of flight level 241 for flight level 350 direct wheeler.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center, copy. Southwest 183, contact Jacksonville Center 135.325, see you. Contact Jacksonville Center 135.325, Southwest 183, take care. Foxy 128, contact Jacksonville Center 134.4.
Contact Jacksonville Center 134.4, Moxie 128. Jacksonville Center, Delta 712, flight level tree 40.
Delta 712, Jacksonville Center. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 134.4.
Contact Jacksonville Center 134.4, Frontier Flight 2954, take care. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, climbing flight level 277 for flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center, roger. United 600, contact Jacksonville Center 133.7.
Contact Jacksonville Center 133.7, United 600, see you.
Frontier Flight 1543, contact Jacksonville Center 133.7.
Center on 133.7, Frontier Flight 1543. See you.
Frontier Flight 1288, contact Jacksonville Center 133.7. Have a good one.
Contact Jacksonville Center 133.7, Frontier Flight 1288. Have a good day.
JetBlue 1248, contact Jacksonville Center 126.75.
Center on 126.75, JetBlue 1248.
$1,000 to go.
Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 133.7.
Contact Jacksonville Center 133.7, Frontier Flight 2954. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center, copy.
Jacksonville Center, Moxie 128. flight level 330.
Moxie 128, Jacksonville Center. Moxie 128, contact Jacksonville Center 134.4, see ya.
Center on 134.4, Moxie 128, take care.
United 600, contact Jacksonville Center 132.3.
Contact Jacksonville Center 132.3, United 600.
Frontier Flight 1543, contact Jacksonville Center 132.3.
Center on 132.3, Frontier Flight 1543.
Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 132.3.
Contact Jacksonville Center 132.3, Frontier Flight 2954. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center. American 886, contact Jacksonville Center 133.7.
Contact Jacksonville Center 133.7, American 886.
Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 1288, flight level 280.
Frontier Flight 1288, Jacksonville Center, roger. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 120.85.
Center on 120.85, Frontier Flight 2954. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center.
Jacksonville Center, Moxie 744, flight level 400.
Moxie 744, Jacksonville Center.
Jacksonville Center, United 2387, flight level 326.
United 2387, Jacksonville Center, roger. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 132.5, take care.
Center on 132.5, Frontier Flight 2954, have a good day. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center.
124.7.
Center on 124.7, Frontier Flight 2954. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center, roger. American Tree 50, contact Atlanta Center, Tree 535.
Contact Atlanta Center 3535, American 350.
Southwest 1157, flight level tree 40. Southwest 1157, Jacksonville Center, roger.
Jacksonville Center, American 622, flight level 210.
American 622, Jacksonville Center, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220, American 622.
Piedmont 5730, turn right, heading 245, climb and maintain 12,000, altimeter tree 017. Turn right, heading 245, climb and maintain 12,000, altimeter 3017, Piedmont 5730. United 2012, contact Jacksonville Center 132.5.
Contact Jacksonville Center 132.5, United 2012.
Frontier Flight 2954, contact Jacksonville Center 133.45, see you.
Contact Jacksonville Center 133.45, Frontier Flight 2954, Have a good day. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2954, good day, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Jacksonville Center, roger. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Washington Center 135.2.
Contact Washington Center 135.2, Frontier Flight 2954, have a good day. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2954, good day, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center, good day.
Washington Center 118.75, Frontier Flight 2954. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2954, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center. Flight 2954, Washington Center. Expect Cavalier 6, runway 19er left. Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center. Frontier Flight 2954, descend via Cavalier 6 arrival, Washington Dulles Airport landing runway, 19er left, altimeter 3011.
Alright, descend via Cavalier 6 arrival, Washington Dulles Airport landing, runway 19er left, altimeter 3011, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954, contact Washington Center 127.75. Have a good day.
Center on 127.75, Frontier Flight 2954. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2954, good day, descending via Cavalier 6, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center. Good day. Descend maintain 4000. Altimeter 3011.
Descend maintain 4000, altimeter 3011, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954. Contact Washington Center 118.75.
Contact Washington Center 118.75, Frontier Flight 2954. See you. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2954, descending via Cavalier 6, flight level 350.
Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center, roger.
Washington Center 127.75, Southwest 8502. See you.
Washington Center 120.65, Frontier Flight 2954. Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2954, descending via Cavler 6, 12,400.
Frontier Flight 2954, Washington Center, copy.
Washington Center, JetBlue 774, flight level tree 49er.
JetBlue 774, Washington Center, radar contact. Frontier Flight 2954, contact Potomac approach 128.525, have a good flight.
Contact Potomac approach, Frontier Flight 2954. Potomac approach, Frontier Flight 2954, good day, 9,900 feet, we have whiskey on board.
Frontier Flight 2954, Potomac approach, altimeter 3009er, expect the visual approach runway 19er left.
Altimeter 3009er, expect the visual approach, runway 19er left, Frontier Flight 2954.
All right. Landing lights on. Landing lights on. Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
3009. Set. Seatbelts.
On. On. Set and checked.
Minimum.
502 feet. Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Set. Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
amo.
$1,000 to go.
Alright, the field should be to our 11 o'clock.
Blue Streak 5256, contact Dulles Tower 120.1. Have a good day.
Contact Tower 120.1, Blue Streak 5256. See you.
Frontier Flight 2954, leave Mixon heading 215, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 19er left.
Leave Mixon heading 215, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 19er left, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954, turn left, heading 225 vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 225, Frontier Flight 2954.
Just gonna turn on the localizer because they're obviously not gonna give us the time to turn it.
Frontier Flight 2954, turn left, heading 175.
Thanks.
Turn left, heading 175, Frontier Flight 2954.
Such a great instruction there. Alright.
Frontier Flight 2954, turn right, heading 215, intercept the 19er left localizer.
Turn right, heading 215, intercept the 19er left localizer, Frontier Flight 2954.
Flaps 1.
Checked.
Frontier Flight 2954.
Flaps 1.
Airport is at your
Speed
12
checked.
15 miles.
Flaps 1.
Report the field in sight.
Field in sight, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954, cleared visual approach runway 19er left.
Cleared visual approach 19er left, Frontier Flight 2954.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Sure. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Frontier Flight 2954, contact Dulles Tower 120.1, have a good one.
Over to Tower 120.1, Frontier Flight 2954.
Flaps 3.
Speed
Dulles Tower,
checked.
Frontier Flight
Flaps 3.
2954, visual runway 19er left.
Frontier
Flight 2954.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Wind 140 at 12. Gusts 17. Runway 19er left cleared to land.
Runway 19er left, cleared to land. Frontier Flight 2954.
Flaps
Radar
full.
altimeter alive. Speed checked. Flaps full.
Okay, I'll just worry about that later. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Landing no
Landing
blue.
checklist completed.
Alright.
Delta
1000.
2820, ready to go. Runway 19er left.
I have control.
Delta 2820, hold short of 19er left, arriving traffic. Affirm, hold short of 19er left, Delta 2820.
Approaching. 19 left.
That's a big gust right there. I don't like these stutters, man. We're gonna continue because these stutters are just god awful. And it does not allow me to
100 above.
continue.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5. Delta 2820, runway 19er left, line up and wait.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Runway 19er left, Delta 2820.
$70 knots.
He knows that I want to go down there.
Flight 2954, exit right at Kilo 8.
Kilo 8? No way. That's all the way down there. I'm not going all the way down there. We're going on Kilo 7. We got 9 minutes to get to the gate to be on time.
Delta 2820, Dulles Tower, wind 140 at 12, gusts 17, fly heading 210, runway 19er left, cleared for takeoff. Fly heading 210, runway 19er left, cleared for takeoff, Delta 2820. Frontier Flight 2954, contact ground 121.9er.
ground 121.9er, Frontier Flight 2954. Frontier Flight 2954, request taxi to the gate.
Frontier Flight 2954, welcome to Washington Dulles. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Going to Bravo 64.
Request gate Bravo 64, Frontier Flight 2954.
Frontier Flight 2954, gate Bravo 64 taxi via Kilo 7, Juliet 5, Juliet, Delta, Charlie.
Gate Bravo 64 via Kilo 7, Juliet 5, Juliet, Delta, Charlie, Frontier Flight 2954.
Alright. Let's finish up, wrap up this flight. And, it's 3 o'clock. I might just call it a day here. Got some things I need to take care of. I'm really not digging these stutters. I think it has to do with the traffic program, honestly. Because the traffic programs, they like stop and go, and it's just, it doesn't look good. What is going on with these United? There's like a cluster of United over here. I'm looking for Charlie. Delta and then Charlie. Oh, these are the regional jets, that's why they look like that. It's so laggy right now, it's crazy. Oh man. It wasn't like this all the time. It wasn't like this. It was usually much better performance. There's something that's causing it to go like this. Since we're at the end of the flight, I'm just gonna go ahead and close out of this and see if it's that. Wow, that's insane. It's literally that. It's the AI traffic that's causing it to do that. Just look at that. Smooth performance now. Alright, thanks for flying. Good flight. For some reason I can't see what the landing rate is. I felt the landing was decent. It was in the center line, it was on the touchdown zone. However, the program I'm using isn't detecting the landing, so I don't know what happened there, but we touched down and then the nose didn't want to go, didn't want to settle. Like it just wanted to keep the nose up. Probably could have put in a little bit more forward pressure on the stick, and that would have fixed the issue. But and then because it doesn't register the reverse thrust until the nose is completely on the ground, so I just need to be better at that. Other than that, landing flight was good. So looks like the weather's starting to drop around here. All right, see ya.